gentlemen, it is now time for your main event. Introducing your first competitor. Championship. Introducing first the challenger, Matthew Riddle. The King of Bros, Matthew Riddle, ladies and gents.
Nice one, Jade.
Do it again and do it right, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, the challenger, the King of Bros, Matthew Riddle!
There we go. There we go.
And his opponent, your reigning, defending King of Chaos, the Pride of Wales, Eddie Dennis!
First time.
Well, it is time for our main event of All or Nothing, and it is all or nothing for the reigning King of Chaos. This is arguably the biggest test that Eddie Dennis has faced as champion as he takes on the King of Bros, Matt Riddle.
All or Nothing is the biggest show of Pro Wrestling Chaos' calendar year. And this is the reason why.
I mean, just, oh, for goodness sake.
Not enjoying this funky beat?
Yeah.
There we go.
Well, it appears that we are going to be joined by ringside.
The Academy Award-winning heavy metal hero, Alex Steele, is here.
Academy Award-winning heavy metal. Okay. Yes, you were obviously part of his sham Oscar acceptance, I guess, is the word to call it.
We didn't get to finish it, did we? It would have been great, but Eddie Dennis interrupted it.
Quite rightfully as well. It was quite frankly a bit of a joke. And this is the elephant in the room, this relationship that's broken down between Alex Steele and Eddie Dennis, former tag team partners, of course. And you know, Eddie Dennis is just about to go to the biggest match of his career. Oh, well, Matt Riddle has decided that he ain't a fan of the Academy Award-winning heavy metal superstar, or whatever you want to call him.
Look, Dave Mercy's cronies come out.
The referees are doing their job as an injured wrestler. And finally, and thankfully, we get to actually sit back and enjoy what potentially could be one of the biggest main events in pro wrestling chaos history. And well, that was a good performance. I'll give him 8 rotten tomatoes. Why not, eh? Anyway, let's get back to action. We've got our challenger Matt Riddle here, a world-traveling warrior. Obviously, found his way into professional wrestling. He's been a professional wrestler, believe it or not, almost 2.5 years, finding his way from the world of MMA. Obviously, a former Ultimate Fighter, taking part in the Tough TV series there, and transitioning astonishingly well in such a short time to professional wrestling, as he showing off them jiu-jitsu skills that he has. But Eddie Dennis is no slouch, a man with a decent judo background, a decent grappling background, from a long lineage of Welsh fighters, the likes that my granddad would tell me about, like a boxing legend from Murph and Johnny Owens, and of course wrestling legend El Bandito or Orig Williams. And a win here for Eddie Dennis was certainly doing well in adding his name to a long list of them heroes from past glories in the very, very well decorated Welsh history of combat sports. As Matt Riddle here, maybe looking for that arm in triangle. My
great-great-grandfather was a Welsh boxer called Thomas. That's the thing.
Fact?
Yeah.
Well, you learn something new every day, and I think Eddie Dennis learned how to escape that arm in triangle. And you know, the mat skills of Matt Riddle are very impressive, as Matt Riddle's maybe just taking a knee here, taking a moment to regain his composure. Obviously, Matt Riddle likes to apply that bro mission, that twister that he learned from 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu, run by the well-renowned Eddie Bravo, as well as rocking his opponents with devastating knees.
As I was saying earlier, All or Nothing is the biggest show of Chaos's calendar year. Tonight has been a stacked show, full of stars from all over the world and from at home. But this is the biggest fight field that we've had.
Yeah, and that's a really good point, you know, and we've seen Eddie over the years, a very fun, jovial man, and likes to enjoy himself out there, especially in professional wrestling, but he came out very serious, very focused, and almost understanding the level of the challenge in front of him. And it's that level of focus and hopefully preparation that he's put in is going to do him well in a contest like this.
Taking on professional wrestling as his full-time job has lit a fire under him. He's understood that it's not just about doing the job full-time, it's about treating it as your life.
And look, the guy standing across him in the ring, whether it's Matt Riddle, whether it's anyone else, is the man that is now standing between Eddie Dennis putting food on his plate and money in his pocket month in, month out to earn a living. And if that doesn't motivate a competitor, I don't know what would.
He's putting his reputation on the line against one of the best in the world in Matt Riddle.
And you know, we mentioned this with Dick Riley in his search for exposure and his continued growth in professional wrestling. The only way you make a name for yourself, get big fights, is by beating big opponents, and a big competition. Is Matt Riddle showing his striking skill there, and Eddie doesn't look too impressed, but I would not want to do this. Eddie can throw him with the best of them, but both men exchanging knife-edge chops.
Eddie Dennis rarely throws those chops and forearms at people as built as Matt Riddle.
Oh, there. Some overhand chops just firing off. What a lot of people maybe don't realize is just how big Eddie Dennis is. He's such a rangy fighter, as he's showing there as Matt Riddle. It's the first German suplex of the match. Tripping over my words here, I'm this excited. Oh, but Dennis recovering well and fires off for a forearm, but look at Riddle. He is not impressed with that.
I think this is about to get stepped up a notch.
Oh, well, Eddie might be eating his words there, saying he wants some. I certainly wouldn't want any more after that. You can see the agony just across the face of Dennis. Just you can hear the impact of the shots and you can see just how much they hurt on the faces of both men as once again these two men just throwing, exchanging.
The last time Matt Riddle was here, he had a very, very likely contender for match of the year against Mike Bird.
Yeah, defending that Progress Atlas Championship, I believe.
Yes.
Hell of a match, and you know it's
now the current PWG Tag Team Champion.
Oh, and this, again, like he is only 2 and a bit years into his career, if that, and he's already picking championships up, and he's got his eyes locked on that King of Chaos Championship. You know, like you said, he's been here before, and oh, that's a mistake from Eddie. A bicycle kick from Riddle. The fluidity that he moves from transition to transition is mesmerizing as Matt Riddle just rocks Dennis with a forearm. Just strike after strike, and this is what Matt Riddle loves to do to his opponent. He can end a match within the blink of an eye with a strike, and oh, Dennis scouts him there and just almost firing him out of midair, and oh, that's going to rearrange his cocks as Riddle ducks under, back and forth. Dennis out on top with that diving clothesline, that running clothesline.
Is a striking contest the best thing for Eddie Dennis to get into against someone with Riddle's background?
But then at the same time, is a grappling contest what you want to get into with a man who's so astute at jiu-jitsu like Matt Riddle. Oh, Eddie Dennis just not backing down from the fight, but a big exploder suplex from Matt Riddle, showing off an impressive wrestling background that he has as well. A man, a truly mixed competitor, hybrid wrestler, diving senton to almost put an exclamation mark on that statement from me there. Really good for a 2. He's such a, he is the epitome of what a professional wrestler is these days. He's capable of doing everything, but has his strong points in certain areas, and this is something that Eddie Dennis needs to learn as he takes his journey and the next steps in his path towards becoming a full-time professional wrestler. And
I would have said, taking on Matt Riddle, you maybe want to focus on bending the rules a bit.
Well, you would, you know. Oh! The slam to the edge of that ring apron from a fall-away slam, spinning him around, just crushing the spine of Riddle. And you know, Riddle's in peak physical condition, but there's not much you can do when a ring apron's being rammed into that spinal cord. But maybe that is the tactics of Dennis. Maybe he needs to use the environment of a wrestling ring to his advantage. You know, use every corner, pillar, post, apron possible at his disposal to take an advantage.
The rules in MMA are very strictly enforced. Here in pro wrestling, I don't know if it's just because Paz doesn't care or because he's just you know, can't see anything.
Senior official Mark Parry knows the rules and implies the rules to the best of his ability. As Matt Riddle lands at his feet from a Joseph X, there's one of them jumping knees, rocks the big man from South Wales. Fisherman's Buster into a cover. Oh, but Dennis somehow kicks out, but Riddle has still got a hold of Dennis. Riddle ducks under, maybe looking for another knee. Dennis has it countered. Stalling German suplex. Oh, and we've seen this from Riddle time and time again. Oh, the resilience there, but eats a clothesline for his troubles.
A short-lived fire from Matt Riddle there.
Matt Riddle is someone who's so hard to keep down. He's got this recuperation, almost like a Terminator at times, just keeps getting up and up. But Dennis finally getting him off his feet with that clothesline.
This is now a great opportunity for whoever gets to their feet first.
Yeah, and a great point once again, Merlin. Whoever gets to their feet first will take control of this match. Both men throwing suplex and strike after one another to try and stay on top. We are in an even keel here as Matt Riddle starts firing off for them open palm strikes. Follows it up with a roundhouse kick to the side of the head. Oh, there's a jumping knee. Dennis somehow still on his feet. Cravat just kneeing away. Almost like a Muay Thai clinch there. But Riddle, as his scouts catches him, looking for that bicycle kick again. No one home. Double boot. Both men down.
And we're at this point again. Whoever gets to their feet first.
You know, Dennis showing that he's adaptable. That cravat, that clinch, using them knees to drive more his head towards them knees is a smart tactic and something I've not seen from Eddie Dennis before.
They've been very evenly matched up to this point. Eddie Dennis can hang with the best of them, and he's proving it right now. There is a reason he is the King of Chaos.
He'd be looking to walk out with that championship still around his waist.
Nobody else could take that belt off Flash Morgan Webster, but he did it.
Both men again, just trying to beat each other to the punch, but both there. Another German suplex from Riddle. It's the way he gets underneath and just pops his hips through and drives the back of the neck of his opponent into the mat. It's a man that knows what he's doing when throwing a suplex. There's Riddle here looking for a springboard, but Dennis has him into that crucifix powerbomb. Down goes Riddle, release crucifix into the cover. Oh, Dennis so close from getting the big victory over Riddle. I've seen Dennis use that crucifix powerbomb, but sitting down with it, that time choosing to toss Riddle halfway across the ring with it. You know what, maybe Merlin, that's what's going to take. Maybe it's something new from Dennis. Maybe it's something that we've never seen from the champ before that's going to be able to put away a competitor like Matt Riddle. Oh, and Riddle here. Maybe just trying to use the momentum of Dennis and slam him down, but Dennis is countering. He's got them grips in around his waist to prevent it. But Riddle here wisely trying to get some separation of them hands using the turnbuckles. And oh, look at that adjustment from Riddle.
Whoa.
Straight into an ankle lock. Oh, it's said he's a hybrid wrestler showing there. Changing position to gain an advantage, but Dennis grabbed the rope, but not long enough to get a break, but turning his weight across there, readjusting. Smart move from Dennis, kicking away. Desperation, but Riddle's gone for the other ankle.
There are people getting to their feet, including us. Very nearly went for that tap.
Just that transition from one ankle to another that's going to do some serious damage, but Dennis using the momentum of Riddle there, taking him outside of the ring. Keep your eye on Dennis. Tope con Hilo right down on the back of Riddle's neck. A man that big has no right being that agile, but
This is what Eddie Dennis has always wanted. This is why he gave up his career as a head teacher and made this his full-time profession.
He once said that if he could hang with the best in the world while he had to work in the week, what could he achieve when he was full-time? And we are seeing what he can achieve here is Riddle once again. Oh my goodness. Dennis with just a deadlift, trying to maybe get him up for that next up driver on the top rope, but Riddle, open palm strike after open palm strike.
There is so much power behind those chops.
And it's not just the slap, it's the actual palm of the hand that's doing the damage on the chest. As Riddle has got him hooked, maybe looking for a top rope fisherman's buster, but Dennis gets out once again, survives for the time being. Riddle is just clinging onto the top rope, trying to keep his balance. Both men are in a dangerous position as Dennis just drives them knees into the head.
Very precarious position,
God.
but he's got to take
Oh my!
Whoa!
Dennis with a front flip driver from the top rope. Surely cover 2. Hey! Matt Riddle has somehow escaped, clutching onto the bottom rope. Great officiating from senior official Mark Parry to notice somehow the lifeless body of Riddle had to wear for all the ring presence to get to the ropes. Well, he's looking for it. He's called for it. Next up driver. Riddle out the back door. Spins him out. Oh, jumping knee to the butt of Dennis's jaw. Oh, and we've seen this before. That leaping tombstone. But Dennis has got a counter again. And his legs are going underneath him from all the shots to the head and then the knee strikes. But he's got him up. Next up driver. Dennis has got to cover 1, 2. But
whoa, Alex.
Stopping myself from using language is inappropriate, but that weasel Alex Steele is back out here again, and surely Eddie Dennis would have had this match won with that next up driver.
Alex Steele said he was going to cost. He said he was going to cost Eddie Dennis that title.
Well, the ego of Alex Steele, he can't let it go. Dennis has got the spotlight and not him.
Eddie Dennis is the man who cost him a title shot for the rest of the year.
But Dennis has to get his focus back in this match. I mean, Steele is a problem and it's taken focus from him here, and surely Dennis would have had the match done. But oh no, Riddle has him up, bro, to sleep. German suplex. And that momentary lapse in concentration is costing Dennis here as Riddle. Oh no. 2 from Matt Riddle. Cover 1, 2. Oh my. Somehow the Pride of Wales has got out, but Riddle's got him in position. Elbowing, just striking down. Dennis.
Everybody thought that was it.
And this is it. He's got him in. He's hooked it in. The hooks are in. The Bro Mission in the center of the ring. Just fire it off. Dennis is in trouble. And Dennis is tapped.
Let's hear it for your winner and your new King of Chaos, the King of Bros, Matthew Riddle!
Well, the fans here in Bristol are slack-jawed and shocked. But ladies and gentlemen, the King is dead. Long live the King of Bros and the new King of Chaos, Matt Riddle.